18 questions were asked from mapping in UPSC CSE Prelims of 2022. Three kinds of mapping they ask in UPSC CSE Prelims. The first kind is geography mapping that we all know. The second kind is international relations mapping. They ask certain questions that which are very predictable that I'll show you in the video later on. The third kind of mapping, I've not seen people talk about it much, but there are on average 5 questions being asked from this area, that is historical geography. So let's dive into the video and understand and predict what can be asked in UPSC CSE Prelims of 2023 that you are going to appear on 28th of May. This is the first question that we are going to discuss. The term Levant, they asked, often heard in news, roughly corresponds to which area? It is the Mediterranean, Eastern Mediterranean shore. So what theme is it actually? So that we can predict from where they can ask a question in 2023. This is a very popular theme. They've asked something about Dead Sea, they've asked about countries of West Asia bordering Mediterranean. They've asked questions related to which countries border Israel. They've asked regarding Golan Heights, they've asked regarding two-state solutions. And they ask questions from Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, and Syria, because this particular region keeps being in news all the time. So this is a very favorite area of UPSC. So from there you can understand that you must deeply and thoroughly see the map of West Asia, particularly the countries bordering Mediterranean. Now let's go to the next question. This was asked in 2022. Most of people were not able to mark it correct because they thought that it is coming from some vague area that they have not studied. But believe me, they've asked repeatedly from this theme. Uh, this question was related to some lake which has disappeared in West Africa. This was related to Lake Fugabine. And believe me, they've asked questions related to Lake Urmia, Baikal, Aral Sea, and now Fugabine. All on the same pattern. Last 5 to 6 years, they have asked these questions. So these repeated questions from this theme of disappearing lakes. This PDF that I have uploaded on the CSE Topper channel, there are 22 lakes mentioned in it. I have taken it from a public platform only, and they have asked four out of it. Four out of that PDF that have been asked in the last 6 to 7 years, 5 to 6 years, sorry, in UPSC prelims. So you can go to the channel. The link is in the description. It is called CSE Topper by Vikas Dayal on Telegram. There you can check out the PDF. That they might just ask one more question from here in 2020. Before moving further in the video, we must answer this very logical question that arises: why so many questions from mapping? I think there are two reasons for it. The first reason is that actually they have run out of questions that they can ask from core geography. That's why you will see that the weightage of core geography has been reducing year after year. There were about 4 to 5 questions asked in 2022, and if you see on an average, there are just 4 to 5 questions asked in the last 3 4 years. So they have changed the trend since 2020, not just in UPSC CSE but all the other exams that are being conducted by UPSC. It is because UPSC prelims has been getting conducted for a very long time now, and they have actually asked all the possible applied as well as direct questions from geography and CRTs. There can be limited questions only. So now they are experimenting with this new theme, from where you can ask unique questions. Mapping, you can ask unique questions here. From here they can test your analytical abilities also, and they can also ask questions which are inspired by current affairs. So just to test that whether you are aware or not. So that's why there are more questions. Next question that we have. This question was asked from Gandikota Canyon, which in South India, on which of the following rivers it is created. So as we discussed, after running out of direct questions from rivers, they might ask such questions in future. So this particular one, it was difficult because they already asked questions from all the prominent rivers of India. They have asked questions from Brahmaputra, asked from questions from Chenab, Jhelum, all the tributaries of Indus. They have asked from Ganga. They have asked from Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna. Now there is a possibility that either they will ask indirect questions like these, or they will ask questions which are related to the smaller rivers. They asked a question related to Subarna Rekha recently. They might ask questions related to eastern flowing and western flowing rivers in the peninsular India, which are smaller in nature, not as big as Ganga, or not as big as the Brahmaputra or river Indus. So this question particularly could be done through elimination. That is a different topic, and I'll make a video for that. You can subscribe to the channel and you will get to know when the video is made. It will be done in very soon. And please like the video also if you like my analysis. So let's see the next question. This we'll try and analyze. This is very important. Which of the above borders with Afghanistan? Afghanistan is very prominently in news because of Taliban and US exiting from Afghanistan. So they asked about the bordering countries. This is a very easy theme and very like this is a constant theme that UPSC loves to give such questions from multiple exams of UPSC will see, and you can at least memorize the maps of countries which are in news. All the countries which are in news, particularly just this year, Burkina Faso is in news, so you must remember and memorize the countries which are bordering it. So also Ukraine is in news. Azov Sea, a question was asked in CDS in 2023 recently. So they might ask questions from this area. On the ABCD of UPC Telegram channel, I post these maps which were in news free of cost. So you can just subscribe to the channel if you are a subscriber. Then you can just look at those maps again and you can revise them. I'm putting a lot of effort in arranging these maps for you. Now let's go to the next question. This question is regarding thorium, monazite sand, which is a resource, which is a source for thorium, and they also ask about it. In which area entire coastline of this sand is found. So they are trying to ask your understanding regarding thorium and its geographical distribution. So see, this particular theme is basically uranium and thorium and minor minerals and major minerals. Particularly minor minerals, they ask a lot of questions about. Uranium and thorium are important because they are of geostrategic importance. So they keep repeatedly they keep asking questions from uranium and thorium. This year, because gold and lithium are two minerals that have been in news, and I posted maps for these also on the ABCD of UPSC Telegram channel. The links are also in the description. You can go and check them out. So this is, I think, question number 5 or 6 that was asked. Now see this particular question. Ramsar sites, they ask a question about, because Ramsar sites are water bodies, and water bodies are important because IFOS candidates also write the prelims exam if you do not know. The UPSC CSE prelims is the same for Indian Forest Service aspirants and for UPSC CSE aspirants. So they do ask questions from Ramsar sites. There are only limited number of sites, so you can basically revise them. It is very important that you memorize them. All the Ramsar sites, they might they might ask one more question this year because they have asked it repeatedly, and the number of Ramsar sites, as you know, has increased enormously in the last couple of years. Let's look at the next theme and try and understand. So this is about tea producing states. This is a predictable theme, I tell you this. This chapter of economic geography of NCERT of class 12 that I posted on the CSE topper in the form of CSE topper pro tip, hashtag CSE topper pro tip. I post a lot of important areas of UPSC exam, prelims exam and mains exam that you can see on my CSE topper channel. The link is in the description. There are two channels that I run: ABCD of UPSC by Vikas Dayal and CSE topper by Vikas Dayal. So they do ask questions every year from this chapter, and this is just an indirect question from this chapter. You just must know the map of tea producing states, etc. They ask question related to cotton, sometimes they ask question related to coffee, sometimes it's tea, sometimes it's jute, sometimes it is sugarcane. So there are only limited number of questions. It is a very high yield topic. You must read that chapter of economic geography and CIT of class 12th. Let's go to the next question. So this is regarding reservoirs and the states that they are in. So they used to ask such questions in 1990s and 2000s. So this theme has been reintroduced now. You must your alarm should be ringing now because this theme has been reintroduced, and whenever they reintroduce a theme, they stick to it for some time. So they do it all the time. Pick up an old theme and try and pick questions from there. That's why you should rely a lot on PYQs. That's what I did when I made the 10,000 questions program, and it has been helping a lot of students. So let's see the next question. This is also related to mapping because they're trying to ask you the headquarters of the head office of Bengaluru. I made a source tracing video where I showed that this is directly a PYQ, so you can just check that source tracing video. I'll put the link in the description also. You can just subscribe to my channel or just go to the channel and see in the source tracing video. So this is one question. This is one of the question on the pattern of CAPF and CDS. They keep asking questions from here. So what we learn from here, that maybe just maybe they can ask question related to uh, there is one more theme that which is directly related to it, railway junctions, because this exam is also for IRTS and IRMS. So they might ask questions related to railway junctions. They might ask questions related to this thing, the major roadways of India and also waterways. So this is very similar to that. So these kind of questions used to be more in number in CAPF and CDS exam. also in the NDA exam, etc. So you must see that railway junction, the important railway junctions and important roadways and railways and waterways, you must see and check them out. In the 10,000 questions program in the high yield modules, I've included a lot of them. A lot of students are benefiting from it. You can maybe check on yourself, or check on your own on Wikipedia or maybe on Google, or you can enroll maybe. So this is also a very predictable question. People found it very difficult. BDBD is a large refugee settlement. Now see, they have asked most of the questions from East Asia. They have asked most of the questions from Middle East. Many questions have been asked from Europe, North America and South America. There are not many questions that they can frame. Africa is becoming very important, and the countries which are in news that I keep posting on the ABCD channel also. All the countries which are in news and all the places which are in news, you can get them freely on the ABCD of UPSC Telegram channel. So this particular place was in news, and you could have easily done this, but people found it very difficult. So that's why the cutoffs are lowering every year, because they are not able to predict that they will be asking questions from Africa again. So let's go to the next question. So this question, as I told you, IR question. This is an IR question. They asked a question related to Turkic states and organization of Turkic states, and you must find out which of them are. So there are only limited number of organizations. All of them have been posted on that ABCD of UPSC Telegram channel. Every year they ask one question. This is a very low hanging fruit, as I told you in the beginning. That this is one theme that you must know. You cannot mark this question incorrect, and there are just 15 or 20 organizations which are important available on the ABCD channel, and you can just mug them up. You can just have a pictographic map of all these organizations, and you can just memorize them. Next, let's go to the next question. Senkaku Islands, they ask a question regarding this. Is a place in news and prominently in news. This is not some vague news that came in the newspaper. This was prominently in news. So it was picked up from the news, obviously, and it was prominently in news. All the places in news you must learn and you must focus. On the ABCD channel, you will get all of them free of cost. So consider the following pairs: Anatolia, Amhara. This is also from news, prominently in news. As you know, if you are somebody who is a Barcelona fan, who watches football, then you will understand that Catalonia is in Spain. So, and also Anatolia, recently a earthquake occurred, and a lot of things were happening in these places. So these places and news becomes very important. I when I sat in the UPSC prelims of 2022, 21, 20, I scored more than 120 in all of them. So what I understood, that the material that is available in the market regarding mapping, it is not sufficient, because they increase the number of questions and they still do not ask questions in the test series from these areas. So it is important that you must do your own research, or I am doing the research for you on the ABCD channel. There you can just subscribe and you can join that channel, or maybe just see all the maps. I post all the photos there. So you must be familiar with the news, places in news, right? Now, this question, this is also important. These countries were in news. See, Chad is in Africa, Ghana is in Africa, Lebanon. As I told you before, they love these countries: Lebanon, Israel, Syria, and Jordan. So, so obviously they asked one more question from here. These were prominent news that was there in that particular year. So surely more questions will be coming from here. So you must keep an eye on them. And let's go to the next sort of questions. So this is historical geography. I also made a short video on it. So they are increasing the number of questions from here. The high yield history module, this is something that I created for testing your knowledge, and you can, through the test, you can actually learn this particular theme. For the high yield history module, you can just text on the helpline that is given in the description. You can access it and you can enroll into it. So lot of questions and lot of history questions in this manner you must practice. So that will give you a good edge. Historical geography is very important theme. See one more question from historical geography. Dutch established their factory. They talk about Albuquerque, uh, Bijapur Sultanate. They talk about English East India Company established a factory. I posted a map on the CSE Topper channel that is on the in the description, and you'll see that from that map two questions have come, and this is also a historical geography map. Historical geography is very important. Just understand this keyword. Believe me, they will be asking more questions from here again. Let's go to the next one. This is also related to historical geography. So you understand it that historical geography becomes very important. I'll maybe make a separate video on it and how you should be going about it. If you like this video, I'll understand that maybe you are you want that video to come. So now let's predict one new theme that can be introduced. So they like asking indirect questions. So UNESCO World Heritage Site in Delhi. This guy Manav is a person who is there in UNESCO World Heritage Site in Delhi. So which areas, which are the World Heritage sites that he can visit? So something similar to that can be asked. Maybe somebody this is comparatively an easy question. They might ask a question. So they already did ask a question that somebody is going from Kohima to Kottayam to Kottam. Then how many state boundaries that person will be crossing? It is a it is a standard question of of checking your understanding of political map of India. That's why I emphasize that you should do mapping really well, and they might ask a indirect question, an applied question, so based on this particular theme. So this is a new theme that has been introduced. Keep a check on it. I post on the Telegram channel of ABCD of UPSC, and also since you have watched the video till the end, that I would like to know let you know that I worked really hard to make this 10,000 questions program, and the subparts of it, the high yield modules for history, geography, economy, environment, science and technology, current affairs based on newspaper. All of them are up for subscription. You can enroll into them by just clicking on the link that is given below. That is the helpline, the Telegram helpline, that you can text that you want these modules, and you will be provided them. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please hit a like so that I know that these videos are reaching you, so that I keep making such analysis videos which can help you cross the prelims cutoff, and also help you in terms of your mains preparation, your essay preparation as well on the CSE Topple platform. Be it me or others, whoever is good at certain aspects of UPSC preparation, the goal of this channel is that, and the goal of this platform is that you should get connected with the people who have experience in particular subjects. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe this video.